See, you will agree with me that anyone who stops learning is already dead, even though they are still 20. Hmm? See, one thing is true, that if life were to be a commodity to be purchased with money, then only the rich will live and the poor will die. See, Mike Murdoch made a very profound statement when he said that if today you have learned nothing new, then you are one day behind in your time of life. There is no beating about the bush. This is a sequel to the last podcast. And it is all drawing emphasis to the fact that you can't afford the cost of stagnant knowledge and unprogressive knowledge. Okay? You must continue in your quest to acquire more knowledge. You must continue to feed yourself. You must continue to propel yourself. You know, I was on a call earlier today, and I was telling the friend on the other side of the call that there are some times when you must learn to take your own advice. Okay? If life has taught you nothing, then you are of all men most miserable. Okay? Because one thing life will teach you, if you are a good student of life, is that there is never an end of knowledge. You continue to progress in acquisition of knowledge. And in that wise, you must always learn to push yourself when nobody is pushing you. As a matter of fact, there won't always be motivations and motivators and propellers around and within your life. You must come to that point in your understanding and in your learning from life that life would always put you here and there in junctions where you would need to self-propel and self-motivate yourself. Even the Bible said in the book of Psalms that, and David encouraged himself in the Lord. He had nobody to motivate him, but he had to encourage himself in the Lord. So there are always junctions where you must learn to what? Self-motivate, self-propel, self-apply pressure. Okay? People give you pressure, you feel it is terrible, and they are trying to push you unnecessarily. But you, at the other hand, must learn to also take yourself out of the comfort of your mentality, of your thinking, of your routine, and also put yourself under some amount of pressure to increase your productivity and your efficiency. That, my friend, is the key to progressive individual. Okay? You want to be someone who is consistently and continuously relevant, you must continue to learn. Because if it were a commodity, you won't be able to afford it. Alright? And if you can't afford it and you stop to learn, you are already dead, even if you're 20. That's what John Mason said. And Mike Murdoch said, if today you have learned nothing new, nothing fresh, then you are completely one day behind your time in life. And with this podcast, you have no excuse. If you have learned nothing from this podcast today, and you have learned nothing overall today, you are also what? One day behind in your own time of life. Now you can calculate that. How many days, how many months have gone without you looking at a book, about looking at a knowledge, reading or watching a video to add structured knowledge to your life. If you have not had structured knowledge to your life in the recent time, constructively and intentionally, now calculate how long you are missing out for yourself. Please, I beg you, make progress. Intentional, constructive, structured progress. By what? Acquisition of knowledge. Continuous progress in acquisition of knowledge. Thank you.